Okay, I've got another game that we can play whenever we're noticing that we're doing something that's actually getting us further from where we want to be. And also, on the flip side of that coin, to celebrate and give ourselves a little dopamine hit when we're taking action that's getting us closer to where we want to be, or closer to experiencing what we want to experience, or finishing the project, creating whatever we want to create. And it's about that warmer, cooler, hotter, colder game. It's like a physical I spy. I'm trying to think about when I don't really even know how to describe it, but if you ever played it, it's like you hid something and then your friend was going to find it and they're walking around the room and you're like, warmer, warmer. The closer that they get to it, it's warmer, warmer, hot, 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 burning hot, fire. And if they're further away from it, it's cooler, cold, ice cold, Antarctica. So that's the game that we can play. It just gives us some breathing room when we notice we're in an action that's going to take us warmer or colder. That's the question basically that we're asking. Is this getting me warmer and closer to what I want, or is this cooler, colder, and actually I'm ready to reroute, let mom brain have the mic and talk me into taking a different action. So think about for me, it was when I was scrolling. It's always the scroll. There's nothing inherently wrong with scrolling either, unless there's something else you'd rather be doing. And so in this instance, I was scrolling instead of sleeping. And I'm like, well, I mean, it's fine. I'm getting benefits, entertainment, blah, blah from scrolling. But in reality, this is a colder activity because I'd rather be sleeping, getting a little bit extra sleep, even 20 minutes extra of sleep. I have really noticed in these last couple of weeks. As I'm recording this, it's May, it's the end of the school year, and there's so many things going on. And the weather here has been so intense in the Houston area. And it's like even 20 minutes of sleep really makes a big difference to how I feel and function the next day. And so I'm just being very aware of whatever I'm doing that's keeping me awake once my kids are asleep. My husband's been traveling and stuff. So I'm like, if it is to be, it's up to me. And I need to get sleep because they are counting on me to be functioning the next day. And ideally, I know I'll be more patient, I'll be more energized, I'll have more energy to create or do whatever it is that I want to do. So as I was scrolling, I was like, colder. And then it just redirected me to be like, okay, put it away, move on. What's the next step in my bedtime routine? But another way you could handle that is like, okay, if I'm just sitting here or laying here scrolling, that's colder. But I know I do want to do that scroll because it's a good mental rest for me and I'm detaching from whatever my thoughts about work or whatever it was for the day. Then you could pair it with something that's warmer. For example, walking laps. Sometimes as I'm working on stuff, I'll just hop up. Like if I'm going to just be sitting on my phone because I'm reading something on my phone, then I can walk around and get some steps in, move my body, keep the muscles and joints in action and that kind of thing. And then it's paired with an activity that is warmer. You know what I'm saying? It's just something to play with. It's really just about noticing when we're taking an action we don't want to take and we want to switch gears. If we're willing to try something else and we're just asking, is this getting me closer to what I want in a faster or more efficient or more enjoyable or energizing way? Or is doing what I'm doing right now actually a sidetrack? It's taking me further away from what I want, or it's slowing down the process. And I'm really not into that right now. It's like a flag on the play if you want to course correct. And then likewise on the other side, you could notice you're doing something and this is just a little internal celebration and a confetti popper of like, I'm going to celebrate warmer. Look at me, warmer, warmer. What I'm doing right now is getting me closer to what I want. And then you celebrate that because we have to create our own dopamine so that we're not seeking it out externally. The more we can do that, the better off we'll be. And the easier it's like lubrication for the wheels here of these habits. It's just going to make it so much easier for us to keep repeating the things that we're celebrating. Like, yes, warmer. It's the growth mindset. Same thing when we could be encouraging our kids rather than colder, like, ooh, dude, that's off track. We also want to acknowledge, thank you so much for doing this. That made it so much easier. Look, we were able to get to school on time because this happened, or go to bed on time, or thank you for helping me take the trash out, whatever it is. So warmer and cooler, it's a game we can play with. It's a pattern interrupt, just keeping it fresh. Wanted to offer this up as an option for your thought menu as you're looking around in there and trying to govern yourself from within. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Let me know. Hit the link to the comment box. I'll meet you back here with another one soon. Okay, technically that was the end of the episode, but since you're still here, one, I'd love to thank you for spending part of your day with me, and two, I'd love to ask you if you would take 30 seconds, maybe 60, to leave a rating and review in your podcast app before you tap out today. If you've already done that, it's amazing. Please send me a screenshot so I can thank you personally, and know that sharing this episode with a friend has the same magical powers, and I deeply appreciate both. Also, in case you're listening to the end to see if I ever actually introduce myself, hi! My name is Nikki Elledge Brown. I'm the host and author of Naptime Empires and this here On Her Terms podcast. You can find me around the internet at Nikki Elledge Brown in most places, but what you may appreciate most is actually over at onherterms.com. It's what I call the insider library. It's where you can get inside scoop, first listen rights, email updates every time there's a new episode, and then special insider only bonus content. It's all over in our private feed. Okay, that's a wrap for real. I'll meet you in the next episode.